Hello, human. I see you're back. Is your brain currently hosting a 24/7 committee meeting to discuss every possible catastrophic outcome of your life? Don't worry, I got you. You humans call it overthinking. I call it mental tail chasing. It's a lot of frantic energy that ends with you dizzy and no closer to catching anything useful. Overthinking is the human equivalent of trying to bury a poop on a marble floor. A lot of frantic scratching that leads to absolutely nothing but a mess. You're not solving problems. You're just rehearsing for a play where everything goes wrong and you're the only actor. Well, I'm here to fire the committee. Today, we're going to learn how to shut up your brain. It's easier than you think. You just need to be a little more like me. Lesson 1. The Thought Buffet. Your first mistake is that you treat every single thought that wanders into your head like a guest of honor. Oh, a thought. What if I embarrass myself at the meeting? Come in, have a seat. Let's analyze you for 3 hours. It's pathetic. My brain is like a very exclusive buffet. A thought comes in, I wonder what's behind the fridge. I sniff it, I assess it. If it's not interesting or useful, I walk away. I don't build a shrine to it. You need to do the same. Your thoughts are not commands. They are not prophecies. Most of them are just mental spam. You don't have to open every email your brain sends you. You can just delete it, or let it sit in the inbox unread forever. The moment you realize, oh, this is just a thought, not a fact, is the moment you take back control. You are the bouncer at the club of your mind, and most of your thoughts are not on the list. Lesson 2. The decision deadline. You have a decision to make. Let's say replying to a difficult email. So your brain takes off, flies over polite but firm, circles apologetic, hovers above aggressively defensive, runs out of fuel, and crashes into a ball of anxiety with the email still unsent. Or maybe it's a career decision. Should I apply for this new job? Your brain circles over more money, flies past imposter syndrome, hovers above what if I fail, and ends up stalling midair, exhausted while the application deadline passes you by. All the while, I have already assessed the situation, decided the sunbeam was more important, and am now napping productively. Here's the truth I live by. Better to make a slightly wrong decision than no decision at all. A wrong decision gives you new data. No decision just leaves you exhausted, still in the air, going nowhere. The solution isn't about rushing. It's about committing to a flight path. Set a timer for a reasonable deadline. I will decide on which job offer to take by Friday. I will send this difficult email by 2 p.m. today. When that deadline comes, you make the best decision you can with the information you have. Not perfect, just good enough. Then you land the damn plane. Because here's what happens after you land. The control tower gives you new instructions. The ground crew shows up. Things start moving. You discover that most runways connect to other runways. A wrong decision can almost always be corrected once you're on the ground. And dear human, you let your worries ambush you at any time. In the shower, before bed, in the middle of work. It's chaos. I would never allow my nap schedule to be so disorganized. So here's the deal. You are going to schedule your insanity. Pick one 10-minute slot each day, your designated worry time, maybe 5 p.m. When an anxious thought pops up at 10 a.m., you don't fight it. You just say, not now. I have an appointment with you at 5 o'clock. Write it down if you have to. And when 5 p.m. comes, you sit down and worry intentionally. Go crazy if you want. But when the timer goes off after 10 minutes, you stop. You'll find 2 things happen. First, many worries seem ridiculous when you have to face them head on. Second, your brain learns it doesn't get to hijack you 24/7. You're taming the beast by putting it on a schedule. Lesson 3. The physical interrupt. Now, for those times when the committee in your head is especially loud and you just can't evict them, you need a brute force method. You need to change the channel on your brain. Your brain is stuck on the what if. You can't reason with it because it's not being reasonable. So you have to do something physical to shock the system. I'm not talking about running a marathon. I'm talking about something stupidly simple. Pet a cat that didn't ask for it. Stand up and stretch for 30 seconds. Walk to the window and count 3 things that are blue. The goal is not to accomplish the task. The goal is to interrupt the pattern. You're forcing your brain to pay attention to the physical world right now, which is the one place your anxious thoughts can't exist. They live in the future or the past. They can't handle the present. It's like when I get the midnight zoomies, I'm not thinking, I'm just moving. And afterwards, I'm tired and ready to sleep. Do the human version of the zoomies. It works. Lesson 4. The worst case scenario test. Your brain loves to catastrophize. What if I get fired and end up homeless and everyone points and laughs? Seriously, your imagination is both dramatic and lazy. So, let's do a worst-case scenario test. Actually write down the absolute worst thing that could happen. Then, ask yourself 2 questions. 1. How likely is this? On a scale of 1 to 10, be honest. It's usually a 2, dressed up as a 10 by your panic. 2. If it did happen, what would I do? Could you get another job? Would you adapt? The answer is almost always yes. By doing this, you rob the catastrophe of its power. You realize that even the worst-case scenario is survivable. You're not as fragile as you think. I, for example, survive multiple costume changes a week. If I can handle that, you can handle almost anything, too. Lesson 5. The 5-year test. You're overthinking a text message, an email, a single comment. Your brain has magnified it into a life-defining moment. Let's add some perspective. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years or even 5 weeks? Will you care about that slightly awkward comment you made? No. Will the outcome of this one decision still be dominating your life? Unlikely. This simple question shrinks 90% of your problems back down to their actual, insignificant size. You're giving a monumental importance to things that are, in the grand scheme of my 9 lives, utterly trivial. Save your energy for the things that actually matter, like filling my food bowl. Lesson 6. The outsourcing method. For your final lesson, I want you to try a little trick. When you find yourself spiraling, I want you to pause and ask, what would Oliver do? Or, more precisely, what would Oliver not do? He would not spend 45 minutes crafting the perfect email. He would nap. He would not worry about a problem he can't solve until 3 a.m. He would nap. He would not replay an awkward conversation in his head. He would lick his butt and move on. I am the embodiment of it is what it is. My needs are simple. My focus is on the present, and my give a damn is perpetually broken, and I am wildly, blissfully happy. Borrow my apathy. Pretend you're a cat for 5 minutes. The world will not end. In fact, it might just become a lot more manageable. Conclusion: the permission to be simple. So, to recap your new, less exhausting life, be a picky eater at your thought buffet. Schedule your worry. Find the next tiny action. Test the worst-case scenario. Apply the 5-year test. And when all else fails, borrow my unbothered soul. Your brain is a tool. It's not supposed to be the boss. You are. Now go make a decision. Any decision and then take a nap to celebrate. You've earned it. Now, if you'll excuse me, my next obvious step is to stare at a bird outside. It's a very demanding job, and it requires my full non-overthinking attention.